time for Ryan's Roses. I want to get into it fast. Everyone's busy this morning. We have the email. It says, Dear Ryan and Sissany, we had a Labor Day barbecue, and I noticed some weirdness. She seemed to be paying a lot of attention to him. This is his wife, another man. So a lot of weirdness between his wife and their friend, who's married. She seemed a little annoyed with him, the other guy, when I started paying attention. I noticed he was going out of his way to try and be alone with her to talk. At the end of the party, I asked my wife if she had fun, and she said, these things are so busy. It's hard to have fun when you're hosting. I want to know if something's happening between them. He feels it. He has male intuition.
It's just women's intuition.
For a woman.
Do male have male intuition?
No.
We do. Tanya, we do, okay? This is an equal playing field, this
I've never
show.
heard of it. If you do, then maybe I've just never heard of it.
We don't give it enough limelight on this program.
All right. Please learn something new every day.
We're on equal footing, everyone, okay? Everyone's equal on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get Tony, who is in Pacoima, on the phone. Tony, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Tony, you're welcome. Do you believe you have male intuition?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. And not only that, you think you felt like physical things going on between your wife and this mutual friend of yours?
Yeah, there's no question about it. I'm not an idiot.
Okay.
What's your relationship with this other guy and his wife?
Well, I've known him for almost 5 years now. Like, we used to work together, and we've been friends ever since. Even after we stopped working together, we still hang out. You know, he comes over to barbecues and stuff.
Okay. Because I think guys, we can read guys, and we know when something is up with another guy, and this time it has to do with your wife. So what were they arguing about?
Just little things, like almost like things you argue about when you're in a relationship, like just weird things.
Petty stuff.
I don't know. It wasn't something that you argue with your friend's wife about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's what we are going to call him and find out who he sends the roses to. Do you know his wife's? What's his wife's name?
His wife's name is Lily.
And what's your wife's name?
Brianna.
Well, that's all I need to know. Hang on one second. We make the call next. Tony's on the phone. So Tony believes that his wife may be cheating on him with their mutual friend who's also married. Now, we're going to call the guy, the friend, okay? We want to find out who he sends the flowers to. Now, this guy is married, so he should send them to Lily, right? That's the guy's wife?
That's his wife, yeah.
Okay, and so Lily, now, if he sends them to Brianna, Tony's wife, we have a real problem. So be thinking about that. Lily is okay, Brianna not okay. Tony, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
We will, and we are, and we do. And Sissany is going to offer him some roses to be sent to anybody that's top of mind that he has affection for. We'll find out who he sends them to, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck, my friend.
Oh, this is Nick.
Hi, Nick. I'm calling from Gina's Garden. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Hi, we're a flower shop here in Pacoima. So I'm calling because we're celebrating our grand opening. And because of that, each week we're selecting somebody to receive a dozen red roses. And so today you're the winner, and you can actually send those to anybody that you'd like.
Oh,
They're absolutely free. I don't need credit card info, any billing info. We just hope that you refer us to friends and family. We're brand new to the area. You know, we're like the corner of Glen Oaks and Van Nuys, across the street from Taco Bell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're right in that little shopping center. So we just hope that
wow.
whoever you send the flowers to, they like us and they can send them to, or they
Cool.
refer
Yeah,
us.
definitely. Ah, excellent. Yeah. So what do you need from me?
So just the name of the person you want to send them to.
Sure. Brianna.
Brianna. Okay. And what would you like to put on the note?
I don't know. Let's see. Just think about it.
Just.
I'm just saying.
Oh wait, hang on. Just think about it. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Okay. Is that like an inside joke or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Who is Brianna to you?
Brianna, well, Brianna is a friend. Yeah, she's a friend.
Nick, it's Ryan Seacrest. I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio, and we have Brianna's husband, Tony, on the phone. Tony, would you like to ask Nick what's going on?
Tony.
Yeah, Nick, I've been listening the whole time. So you're going to send flowers to my wife, dude?
And he says, just think about it. I'm just saying. What does that mean, Nick?
Well, listen, Tony, it's not what you think, okay? It's not what you think. It's just that...
Nick, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that, just to be clear. Everything's being broadcast.
Sure. Listen, Tony, listen, I just sent her flowers because we had a blast last weekend. You know, like, I just want to thank her for that. So yeah.
And just think about it? What does that mean, dude?
So why wouldn't you say thank you for the barbecue?
What about your wife? What about your kids, dude? What about... Does Lily know you're sending flowers to my freaking wife? What if she found out about that? Dude, we've been friends for almost 5 years, and you're going to do something like this?
Listen, I just want to say that it was just a joke. You know,
Nick. Hey, Nick, no one believes you.
Nobody.
No one believes you. So let's just start with that, okay? Now, Nick, you were screwing around or doing something at this party, and Tony noticed it. He felt it. He saw the vibes. What's going on with Tony's wife and you? I mean, you just sent flowers saying, just think about it. That's not a joke. You don't joke about something like that. You're a married man, and Tony's married to the woman you're sending the flowers to. So are you cheating on your wife with Tony's wife?
Listen, Tony, you know, like, Lily and I are not doing well. That's all. And 2 weeks ago, well, actually a few months ago, we were like at this party, and I felt some flirting from your wife. And I think I you know, like, I was looking for something else, and I flirt back. And then this past weekend, I just, you know, like, pursue that. But, you know, like, just so you know, Brianne hasn't done anything. You know, like, she just stopped me, and she said that, you know, like, she wasn't flirting and anything, and you know, like, just, I'm not doing well with Lily. That's all, and that's why I went and flirted with somebody else.
But you don't pursue Tony's wife if you're not doing well with Lily. That's your problem.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just that I know her, and, you know, like,
Nick, I'm tired of it. Nick, I'm tired of it. Tony, let me ask you a couple questions here. Do you believe your wife is innocent?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my wife would ever do anything.
Well, then this guy's creepily pursuing her because he's having problems with his own wife. Mm-hmm. You need to get to your wife and tell her you know what's going on. And by the way, tell her what Nick just did in this note he just wrote, the flowers he was going to send to her. I don't like that Nick felt so comfortable to play that joke on her. I'm not so sure your wife is so innocent.
Yeah, I don't know if she did anything to make him feel that was okay.
Well, that's my concern for you, Tony.
Well, let's just hope that she is innocent.
Talk to her.
I'm not so sure, Sissany.
Well, I'm trying to be positive.
I understand, and I like your positron.
It sounds like she tried to shut it down. She tried to shut it down at the party. That's why he was annoyed.
But Nick, a little too comfortable, Nick. A little too comfortable. And Nick, you need to work out your own problems before you get into other people's lives. All right? Nick?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, good luck, Nick. Tony, I'm going to let you go, too. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I got some stuff to talk about with Brianna.
Well, and by the way, this guy, get him out. Get him out. Yeah. Get this guy, Nick, and his wife, Lily, out of your life.
Bye.
All right, we're going to let you go talk to your wife. Thanks for coming on with us, and good luck, Tony.
Thanks, Ryan.
By the way, how about that guy, Nick? I mean, is anyone else you're not annoyed with Nick as much as I'm annoyed with Nick?
Yeah, I am, but I believe Nick, actually. I believe that he was pursuing Brianna, and Brianna shut it down.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I'm not so sure. I can't be so sure.
Okay.
Not with that note he just sent. I can't be so sure that she's
the
so
note
innocent.
is saying, just think about it. I'm just saying.
Right,
like,
but there must be some sort of door that was ajar for him to felt that comfortable. Patty?
I think we should call Brianna.
No,
yes.
poor girl.
Why?
But here's my question. Why do men think it's okay?
Oh, jeez.
It's a broader thing now.
It's okay to go and stray when they're having problems at home. Why can't they just fix their problems at home?
What?
Cowards.
Why can't they just find a solution?
Tanya says cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a team up effect on this show. Now,
Well, no, I'm on your team because I don't think it's all men.
good. Thank you. Sissany.
Yes.
Come on over, Red
Okay,
Rover.
99.9% of men.
Patty,
No,
now,
because
Patty.
I love my man, and
Why
there's
are you
no way
man-hating
in this
Jennifer?
I'm not
category.
mad hating. I'm just saying. Okay.
Listen,
okay,
listen,
let me go back. Let me go back. Why do
Sissany, hold on. Sissany
Yes,
is saying, please say it,
that is not all men,
especially your men.
especially my man.
Now, Patty, go ahead.
Okay, let me go back. So why do men, when they encounter a problem, not just in a relationship or anything that can get them like a little overwhelmed, why don't they just fix it instead of running away from it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All men do that.
Not all men.
Not all
no,
men. You can't
no,
say
there's
that.
no way.
Gosh.
99.
No.
99.
Maybe
Not
just the men
99.
that are in your guys' lives.
Tanya, you don't know.
Yeah, I do know.
You do not know.
I do
When
know.
was your last serious relationship? Patty's got 2 kids. She can say that.
Excuse me, I have been in 3 serious relationships in my life.
You're 30. That's one every 10 years. Let's come back to this whole thing in a second. All right, it's time for Ryan's Rose. Dear Ryan and Sissany, a woman approached me in the parking lot at Ralph's recently. She walked up to me and said, your husband is cheating on you. I just figured you should know. At first, I was, that's random. I was confused. I told her she was confusing me with somebody else. Then she said my name, my husband's name, and even said our child's name. Then she walked away. I haven't told my husband. I'm still not convinced that he would ever do it. I found it almost impossible to believe. Who's this person?
Wow.
Let me get Brooke on the line in Downey. Brooke, good morning.
Hi.
Hi. So, thanks for coming on. We just read your email, but who is this random person that's beelining you at Ralph's? Do you have any idea who they are?
I have no idea. She
But
just
she
came
knew
up
your
to me
name.
and she knew my name. That's I told her, I was like, you have to have me confused with someone else because my husband would never cheat on me. But she said my name, my husband's name. She mentioned our daughter. And then
So she knew
just
your
left.
daughter's name. Yeah.
Wow.
She knew my daughter's name.
And did you address it with, you did not. Okay. So this is so weird.
How's
First
your
of all,
marriage?
She's obviously good.
Great. I have no reason to doubt him, but you hear something like that and it's just haunting me.
Wow. It's either really generous or really destroying
How's it generous?
because she's trying to help her out.
Oh.
Or she's being generous by giving us information.
Okay.
But she thinks the woman thinks she's being generous, or it's just detrimental. Brooke, how long have you been married?
About 8 years now.
Okay, hold on 1 second. We're going to call your husband next and see if we can find out. All right. So we have Brooke on the line now. Listen to this. She's leaving Rouse, fresh food, low prices, and a woman walks up to her and says, "Hey, your husband is cheating on you. I just think you should know." And she doesn't recognize the woman, but the woman knows her name and her kid's name. So the woman knows who she is.
Right.
So why I can't imagine somebody would just do that and make it up.
Did you try to get more information from her?
I froze. I did just freeze. I wanted to ask so much more, and she just left, and there was nothing I could do.
All right, well, here's the deal. We're going to offer him some roses. We're going to find out who he sends them to and what he puts on the card. Be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air, okay?
Okay.
So Brooke, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then his name on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, here we go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah, this is Eric.
Hi, my name is Janelle. I'm calling from Kabloom. How you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So we're a new flower shop here in Downey, right on Firestone near the Portos. You know where that is?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I'm trying to promote my business, and the reason why I'm calling you is I'm offering you a free dozen roses that you could send to anybody that you'd like. They're absolutely free. I don't need billing information, a credit card, cash. We just hope that you refer us to friends and family.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It is. So I just need the name of the person you would like to send these flowers to.
Oh, yeah. I want to send them to my wife, Brooke.
Brooke. Okay. And what would you like to put on the card?
Can I have it say, free flowers, lucky day, love me? Love Eric.
Oh, free flowers. You don't have to tell her that they're free, but okay.
It'd be a fun
Free
joke.
flowers, lucky day. Okay. Could you hold on 1 second, please?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I wasn't ready for that. What? Why are we
You
holding?
told me to hold. You told me if
I
they
did?
send the flowers to their wife, then just to put them on hold.
All right, well, you caught me off guard.
What? Just what do you want to do?
I'm going to come in.
Oh, no.
Eric. Eric, hello, it's Eric. It's Ryan Seacrest, and your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Good morning. How you doing?
Oh. Doing all right. How about you?
I'm good. We're part of the flower thing campaign. I have your wife Brooke on the line, and she has given us your number to call you. Hi, Brooke.
Bye.
So, Eric, I'm going to just tell you the reason we're all on the phone together. A woman came up to her leaving Ralph's and said, she called her by name. She knew your kid's name, and she said that you are having an affair. You're cheating on your wife. What is this all about?
Wait, what? No, that's awful. I'm definitely not cheating on my wife. I would never do
Well,
that.
Brooke, explain what you heard from this person.
I'm so sorry. She came up to me and she said that you were cheating on me, and she knew my name and your name and our daughter's name, and I just got so scared. I didn't think you would do it, but I mean, she knew our names, so I didn't know what to think, and I was just really afraid to ask you.
Wait, what did
I'm sorry.
What did she look like? Did she have short brown hair and glasses?
Yeah, like kind of tall.
What?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, I know who that is. That's Rick's, my buddy Rick's ex-fiance. You remember Rick from my college bud?
Yeah.
He was engaged to this woman, and she cheated on him, so he broke off the engagement.
I remember that. I remember you telling me about that.
What does this
That
have
was
to do with
her?
you guys?
Well, she probably wants revenge on me, because what I did not tell you is that I was actually the one that told Rick that she was cheating on him.
So
And she obviously tried to deny it, but Rick knows I'd never lied to him, and Rick believed me and broke off the engagement then.
Wow.
Oh. Wow. I'm so sorry.
So this is all getting back at?
I believe that's probably trying to get revenge on me because broke off the engagement. But honestly, I haven't heard from her in a while. So that's weird.
I totally believe it because I remember when this happened and I remember how messy it was. I completely believe it.
All right, well, you guys take your perfect marriage. We're going to let you go.
Oh,
Thank you very
thank
much
you.
for reaching out.
Wait, Brooke, I'm bringing home some real flowers tonight. I love you. I would
it's
never cheat on you, and I'd never do anything to hurt you. I'm so sorry.
I don't know
that
whether to be
I had
happy
go through
or
this.
sick.
Wait, I'm so happy. That almost made me cry.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
All right, guys. Happy marriage. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, well.
That's sweet.
It
Well,
was-
don't tell me you don't believe him.
Well, the only thing I thought,
Oh,
the only thing I thought was he sent the flowers to her out of guilt at first. I was like, oh, he's so guilty. He's going right for sending her flowers to make up for the guilt.
Gosh, I didn't even think that.
Well, that's what I thought, but now I don't believe that. But then once they were all lovey-dovey, I was like, all right, well, people could be bored of that.
Who's gonna be bored of that?
Well, I think people, they're like, all right, they're fine. Next.
They're not fine. They're calling Ryan's Roses. They're not fine.
So, what? Well, no, they're not fine because she even, yeah, that's true. If it was so good, why would she even question it? Like,
She'd go to him and be
she'd
like-
go to him and be like, who's this crazy person?
Yeah.
How people deal with
Aha.
things. Some people deal with things different ways.
No, I think Tanya actually took the nail and the hammer
Wow.
and put it together on the head.
I'm going to save this tape.
And so you're right, because if they were so as they sounded,
Mm-hmm.
but he was almost, I think I was out of guilt. I'm saying, I'm getting you on
So
your own
you
flowers.
actually think this man is cheating and he
No,
made up that whole
I don't
story?
think that, but I think the relationship isn't as good as it just sounded there. Now, if you've ever suspected your spouse of cheating, listen to this. We just did a Ryan's Roses, and it's interesting to hear what people heard, like on their radars, as to why they think he is cheating. When we think, well, maybe he's not cheating yet, but something's up. Now, here's the other thing, and here's the broader question for me. If you've missed it, this is the bigger question, because the situation we think was that he told his friend who was engaged that his soon-to-be wife was cheating on him. So he knew that his friend's soon-to-be wife was cheating, and he shared that information.
Yeah.
And as a revenge plot, she found out that he was the room monitor, and she went to his wife and said, hey, he's cheating. So the question is, when you know that someone close to you is being cheated on, what do you do with that information?
Ooh.
What do you do with that information? Because it can be very helpful or it can be very hurtful.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you know a couple and then they get divorced or they break up, and then you say, I always didn't think that they were for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, well, why didn't you tell me that earlier? You know?
Yeah, you never want to do that because eventually they'll get back together and then you feel awkward.
Well, not only that, you just don't know. Like, you only get to see a sliver of what people are really like, right? You don't know what it's like to walk in their shoes.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you do with that information? I like to take an anonymous call immediately because that must mean there's something juicy if you're anonymous in North Hills. So anonymous, go ahead. You're on with us.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. This happened to you.
Yeah, pretty much. So what happened was, it happened to me basically like a couple of years ago. I was actually about 4 months pregnant, and I received a random phone call. I just literally left my doctor's appointment, and I got a random phone call from this girl. She told me, your fiancé, he cheated on you, and basically described everything about his room. Oh, he had a Katy Perry poster on his wall and said, oh, his room looks like this and that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly how his room looked like. And I believed the whole thing. I started crying. Obviously, I was pregnant, emotional and everything. And then I confronted him, and when I confronted him, he basically started kind of like the same way the guy reacted, like kind of laughed a little bit, like, I know exactly what she's doing. Basically said, this girl wanted to have a chance with me, to go out with me, and I never gave her a chance, and she even, like, I don't know, made up a story saying that I'm gonna get back at you for this, and she was just like, you're crazy, I'm never gonna give you a chance. So in revenge, she basically did that to me, just because my fiance never gave her the chance. And I believe him because when I went on her Facebook, she seemed a little bit weird, and her pictures and everything, I don't know, it seemed a little bit sketchy. So
I can only imagine your heart dropping when she's laying at the floor plan of his bedroom, though.
Yeah, that must be awful.
That would freak me out. Thank you for calling. It's hard to tell. Let's grab Charnay in Inglewood. Charnay, good morning.
Good morning. We need to put on our Sherlock Holmes investigative hat here.
Okay.
There are a couple of context clues that everyone is missing. How did this girl know to find the wife at Ralph? There's a problem with that. I mean, yeah, I stop at Trader Joe's, but you can catch me at, the one in downtown, the one in Westchester. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how did she know that this woman was going to be at Ralph?
Like, we remember because the wife was confronted by the other woman saying your husband's cheating in the parking lot of Ralph's.
So you're saying she was following her, or she knows her routine?
Something is up there. Now, I believe that the reason he was able to identify her and, say, oh, I think she's the one he's cheating with, which is why he's so certain that his friend's marriage should have broken up, or engagement, because he's the one she's cheating with. And now it's to the point where this blonde with the glasses is like, look, your man is cheating, and it's with me, basically. That's all I think was left out of that conversation.
So, Sherlock, just so I'm clear here, we think that the woman who approached the wife in the Ralph's parking lot was the woman that the husband was cheating on with?
Bingo.
So he was sleeping with both women in the parking lot?
Technically,
Is that an
yes.
easier way to say it?
Not at that moment, but yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think that, yes.
You do
The only thing
make
that makes sense.
you do make a good point. Like, how was she just at? Was she following her at the grocery store? I was just there at the grocery store parking lot at the right time. It's
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, and if this incident with the breakup of the engagement was so long ago, why now? Why? Because the wife is, oh, yeah, I remember that. No, this is something current.
Oh,
It's not.
That's the big kicker right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are spot on a lot of times. It's a little iffy at other times, but
equally not as much
with
sometimes.
this Roses, I said, listen, I have to call in because Ryan felt some skepticism, but he didn't get there. So,
Well, I did feel something's wrong. I did not think he was cheating, but I hear what you're saying. What do you do? I'm just curious. What is your occupation?
I'm a clothing designer.
That's what I thought. All right. Well done. Thanks for calling.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
I mean, she's really giving context clues.
Oh, yeah.
We are just talking about what you do. This kind of came from the Ryan's Roses, but the broad stroke is that what do you do when you know that someone close to you, a sibling or a good friend, is being cheated on? What do you do with that information when you know that by sharing it could really turn things upside down?
Right.
Danielle in Inglewood. So your best friend's boyfriend cheated, right?
Yes. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, yes.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Yes, yes, he
Okay.
did.
So what? Tell me. So your best friend. I gotta follow. This is like I gotta follow this with the pen. So your best friend's boyfriend, okay, cheated and got another girl pregnant.
Oh.
Yes,
And you found out. You knew that she was being cheated on.
yes, I knew it, and I felt so bad when I found out. I felt horrible. I didn't know what to do. I even asked my parents, what do I do? They told me to stay out of it.
It's the
But I
easy way out and to cause no trouble. But you didn't listen to your parents, did you?
No, I didn't.
So
And
what'd you do?
What she told him, and what happened when you shared the news?
When I shared the news, she did not believe me. She got her boyfriend on the phone. He was denying everything. And I felt so bad, but I was like, I felt like I did the best thing that I should do because it was my friend. I just followed my heart. And we weren't friends for a while. But eventually we started talking again, and it all came out that it really was true and that he did get the girl pregnant.
Oof, wow.
So she found out the truth.
Listen,
And they ended up breaking up.
you are a good, proactive friend.
Yeah.
There are other
Thank you.
friends that are just like not my problem kind of friends, and they just stay out of it.
Well, how could you go day after day after day knowing this information, though, and then hanging out with your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what, you'd have to say something.
Exactly. The only other thing I could think, as an adult now, because I was really young when this happened, was maybe, I don't know, you give an anonymous note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, listen, I think in your case you did the right thing. And Danielle, I'm so glad you called with enthusiasm this morning. Thank you for listening to
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Thank you, guys. Love you
There
guys.
she is.
Bye.
Now, quickly, Daniela is on the line in LA, and she's a psychotherapist and dating expert. And you say, Daniela, that cheating is not necessarily a deal breaker, right?
Hi, Ryan. Yes, I'm so glad to be on here. I really appreciated what Danielle said. It sounds like her best friend, this is before they even got married, before they had kids. But once you're married and you have kids, cheating is not necessarily, it's the symptom of a greater problem. And both individuals have a chance to make their relationship even deeper if they can rise above their egos. It does not have to be all or nothing.
It's a very logical statement that you make, because I do think you can be right if the individuals can handle themselves and their emotions. And I think that is where I would have a very profound struggle.
Many people do. Many people do, and it's not like it's going to happen overnight, that all of a sudden you're going to say, I forgive you, and let's go back at it. But it does, it opens up bigger wounds.
But you say it's a symptom of loneliness, or a symptom of not connecting, or what other things are happening?
When someone cheats on someone else, they're not thinking about the other person. They're not thinking like, oh, I'm going to cheat and hurt them. they're trying to fill a need. Maybe they don't feel appreciated. Maybe they're trying to be one up. Who knows? And I'm not saying this at all justifies that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that people are human and they sometimes act before thinking, and it can often be impulsive and not even have any emotional meaning. And people need to consider that.
Heavy.
I really think if anyone's going through this in this moment, that maybe like karma is the reason you're hearing Daniela right now, because maybe you shouldn't give up. Maybe you should. Maybe you're hearing this call on this day because you're going through it, because you shouldn't give up when you're struggling with making that decision right now in your life. Like if there's one person right now in Southern California going through this and you hear this call, maybe it sinks in. Maybe you can work it out. All right. Well, this is expert advice, by the way. Danielle is a pro. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to add to that. I was given the honor as Ellie's premier divorcee success coach. So I actually work a lot with couples who've ended it because of cheating, and they are regretting it because divorce. I mean, every 9 seconds, there's someone divorcing, and sometimes marriages can be saved if you're willing to listen to each other.
What is the divorce rate 50% or higher?
Well, I mean, they're saying it's higher. Millennials are not getting married anymore. they don't really have some great examples around them.
Told you guys I was a millennial over here. Told you guys I was a millennial.
Cusp
millennial.
Yeah, marriage is not what it used to be. We need to redefine marriage as long-term partnership and what that entails. Because marriage, as we've known it, is not really working out for a lot of people today. And if we can talk about what makes a long-term relationship and focus on that, not necessarily the marriage, then I think we will have better success.
Interesting.
I agree.
Great.
I like that.
Great conversation. Daniela, thanks for calling.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Happy to come back anytime.
Okay, don't eat any avocados. We need you.
Okay.
There's a recall. We were talking to Daniela a few minutes ago, psychotherapist, dating expert.
Mm-hmm.
Who says that we should not give up when we're cheated on because it's a symptom of a deeper issue that could be resolved. And that when someone cheats, they're not trying to hurt somebody, they're just missing something. There's a void. And I said, well, maybe in this moment, Daniela, with you calling with that kind of guidance and advice, maybe in this moment, there's somebody listening right now going through this, and serendipitously or through karma, they're hearing you say that today, which means they shouldn't give up when they thought maybe they were about to give up. And then D called in Los Angeles, and you're currently trying to decide if you want to forgive your husband for cheating, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Like, it happened a while ago in October. We had just took the kids to the pumpkin patch, and I, posted a picture. So, long story short, over a year ago, after we had our second kid, he asked me for a divorce. I tried to kind of work things out. He said he didn't want to work it out, and I was a stay-at-home mom. So I went and I got a job. I got a car. I was doing really good. And then August, he's like, hey, I want my family back. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's work on it. October, this girl messages me on Instagram, and she says my husband's full name, and she's just like, he's a liar. And I'm like, can you elaborate? Because all people lie. That doesn't make any sense. And she sends me pictures of them two together in matching sweatshirts, and she starts calling my kids names, but not their full names. They're nicknames, only names that we call them.
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, you remember those outfits? And she described the outfits. She's like, yeah, I bought those. He came home with those outfits and said he bought it for the kids. Easter baskets, I'm sorry, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay, did you guys sleep together? And she's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, well, that doesn't really tell me anything. And she's like, just going on and on and on. I asked him about it, and he says that it's some girl that I guess from some guy he used to be friends with, I guess his baby mama, and supposedly she's his best friend. And I'm like, dude, we've been together for how long, and we're married? I've never known about this girl. She didn't come to our wedding. Who is this person that's supposed to be your best friend? Because you know all of my friends, and I thought I knew all of your friends. And she kept bringing up stuff, different arguments we had. She knew where I worked, the city that I worked in, all kinds of stuff. And he just kept saying no, we didn't do anything. You sure? Because it sure does seem like we did.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're in March?
and we're still having issues because I'm trying to figure out, like, do I stay for my kids? Do I stay for myself, or do I just leave it alone? And listening to her, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just try.
Wow.
I don't know.
I think look, I always think that everything happens for a reason, cliche, I know, but like, you're going through that and you heard her say that, and maybe you should take a moment, because what she was trying to say was, let's say your husband is cheating, but he's not trying to do it to hurt you. He's doing it for some other reason, and trying to figure out what that reason is may be more beneficial than emotionally reacting to something else, because you do have kids, right? So,
right.
You still haven't determined whether or not for sure he's not admitted to cheating yet?
No, he says that he did it. And I like, a small part of me, I really do believe him, because she wouldn't even answer. And I just feel like if I hit up another female and I'm like, hey, I slept with your husband, like, I'm going to give receipts. Like, I will let you know everything. She wouldn't even allow me to, like, even like call her on the phone while he was there. He wouldn't even call her. So I'm not exactly sure. I would say that I'm sure that he spent a lot of time with her, but I cannot, like, honestly tell you, like, yes, right, I think they slept together.
Why don't you take the advice Daniela gave and in your own way use it for the moment to say to your husband, this is not going to break us, but I want to get to the root of what's going on. And if it happened or it didn't happen, let's talk about it. And if it did or didn't, let's talk about why. But I'm not going to let it break us. Because maybe that's a way to try and take a step in the direction of keeping it together.
I think that's a good idea. Because I honestly thought about doing the Ryan's Roses, but he listens to it with me in the morning. So I'm like, that's not going to work. He's not going to fall for that.
All right. Well, I think you should not let it break yet and see if you can get, really to the root of what's going on.
Exactly.
Dee, I'm glad you called.
I think that's what I need. I need that. So that's the only way I'm going to be able to get over it.
All right. Well, keep us posted, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, the woman does know a lot, but maybe there's nothing going on. But I also think that Daniela was on the air while Dee was going through this for Dee to not give up yet.
It is interesting.
To be in that situation. So
you got to sit down. It's all about communication. It's all about, like you said,
Sissany, you say that, you say that. It's so impossible sometimes.
Like what you just said, getting down to the root of it.
I know.
There's something deeper than why people cheat. It's like, what is it in your relationship that's lacking?
And it's so hard to be mature enough to do that.
Yeah.
And not just react
Absolutely.
Emotionally. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So, dear Ryan and Sissany, I've been watching my wife's face when she texts. Sometimes she gets a silly smile on her face, a flirty smile, and I know that face. She made it a lot when we started dating. She doesn't do it anymore. I've asked her who she's texting, but she says she is texting her girlfriend. But I know her, and I know that smile. I want that smile to be for me again, and it kills me to think that some other guy is making her smile that way. Greg in Covina. Wow. So Greg is on the phone. Greg, it's really interesting. I almost can picture what's happening here. I can picture, because we've seen it before. You see people look down at their screen, look up with these smiles.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like they don't want to get caught smiling, so they quickly erase the smile from their face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's subtle. It's not like, oh my God, what's going on here? It's just like a look, and it's like innocent and mischievous at the same time.
And what makes you doubt your wife? Why don't you take her for her word?
It just, I know it almost sounds like nothing, but it's just a look I know. It's a look that she used to give me when we first started going out. And I recognize it, and I recognize the kind of light in her eyes when she kind of has that look on her face. And I don't know, it's almost like I'm more intimate. Like I'm more jealous of that than I would be at her looking at like a good-looking guy at the bar. It seems like he's really like a total spark or something,
How is your guys' relationship right now, though?
No, it's good. We're good. That's why I kind of thought, I've asked her. We have pretty good communication. I point blank asked her, what's up, but she just says it's a coworker that, one of her girlfriends that's saying something funny or whatever. But
that's what I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're good, but I thought this would be kind of a funny or sort of fun way, possibly, to bring it back up.
Well, We will bring it back up. So how long have you been married?
So we're just going on a year here.
All right, so it's new. No kids?
No kids, no.
All right, hold on one second, Greg. We're going to do it next. How do you want to do it, though?
Oh, we should ask him.
All right. So, Greg, how should we do this? We normally offer roses.
Yeah, no, so I was thinking about that, and I doubt she would probably send them to any guy or anything like that. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing she would do. So I thought maybe if we say that we have flowers for her, and we ask her about a specific time and place where and when she should receive them.
Oh, okay, that's
it
a
might
good
kind of
one.
be, yeah.
Well,
All right.
Okay.
Let's put him on hold. We'll come back and we'll do that. All right, hold on one second. Are we good?
Do we know? Okay, so what time she's going to receive the flowers, but does it matter if she says her home address? Then what do we get from that?
Well, let's work it all out internally during this break. Hold on one second. We've got Greg. We've got this figured out. So we have Greg on the line, and Sisney is going to make this call to his wife. He thinks that she's reading flirty text. He sees this expression on her face, and he thinks there's another guy on the other end. And he's concerned. They've been married for a year. He's worried. So we're going to call his wife, Sisney, and what's the plan?
I guess we'll just say we have flowers from a secret admirer, and then we need to confirm your delivery address.
Okay. And time and place.
Time and place.
Right?
Yeah, I think that would work. I think, it could be from anyone.
Because you don't have the name of a specific guy or something, because that would be key.
I know. It's just this look. It's this look that I can't let go, and
Yeah,
I just
so-
want to find out what's going on here.
Say you're calling to confirm a location and time of day that you can get these delivered that someone will receive.
Yes, okay.
All right, so Greg, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your wife's name is on Kiss FM.
Yeah, Ryan, you've got permission to call on Kiss FM.
So we're going to call now, and let's see. We could say the sender asked us to confirm a location and time. You know, say that.
Okay.
All right, Greg, be very quiet until we tell her she's on the air. Let's see what we can find out.
You got it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Angie.
This is she.
Hi, Angie. My name is Faith. I'm calling from Flowers in Covina. We're actually a new flower shop here in the area. And the reason I'm calling is because we have a beautiful arrangement that we need to deliver to you. However,
To me?
Yes. And it's, I can't tell you who they're from, but it's from, I guess they wanted to put Secret Admirer. And we just need to confirm the delivery address and a good time for you to receive these flowers, because it is a big arrangement and it will probably need to be walked into your home or office, wherever you choose.
Wow, that's so mysterious and exciting. Wow.
Do you have any idea who these could be from?
I maybe I do have an idea, actually. I do sort of. Yeah, I do.
Cool. Maybe
So-
like what, like your husband or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what would be a good time when
Um,
and delivery address?
How about my work address at lunchtime tomorrow at noon?
Okay, I do have to say it's a quite a large arrangement. So, do you have a place that you're like? Is there going to be enough room on your desk for this, or would your home be better? Because maybe your home might be better.
Oh well, I think I don't know what time I'll be home, and I know that I'll be at lunch at work. So that seems like the most.
Okay, and you don't want to drive home during your lunch hour and then
time.
just have them delivered there?
Yeah, and then I can bring them home after, but that seems like the best time to do it. I know I'm there at noon. I have to stay in the office for lunch, so that would work great for me.
Okay.
Angie, it is Ryan Seacrest. I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I have your husband, Greg, on the line. He's listening to all this. You say you think you know who they may be from. Who do you think these are coming from, these flowers?
Well, they must be from Greg. They must be from my husband, Greg.
They must.
I mean,
But when I asked you that, you said or something else.
Well,
so they must not be.
They're from, obviously they're from Greg. So I thought it would be nice to see him during lunch. You know, that's why I had them sent to lunch.
So Angie, just to level with you, because Greg has been on the phone with us for a few minutes. He thinks that there may be another guy that's texting you, and your reactions when you're on your phone, even though you say that it's your girlfriend's, he doesn't quite believe that. What can you tell him to give him peace of mind?
You know, I have a lot of girlfriends, and he knows that. And they text me, and they send me funny things, and we go out together. Like, I have a crew of girls. Like, we text each other. He knows that. You know that, Greg.
But there's something, guys, going on here. Greg, go ahead. There's something going on here for him to think it's another guy.
Yeah, Dave. I mean, I know the look when you're texting with your girlfriend, and I know you, and I recognize that look. You used to give me that look, and I feel something in my chest that something's not right, and. Come on, I mean, don't tell me I'm crazy. Just tell me I'm totally crazy.
I mean, you know, okay. Maybe there's one coworker, but we're just friends. We're just texting. You know, he's just a funny guy. We're just friends. There's nothing more than that. Like, I promise you, there's nothing more than that. It's just an easy, breezy relationship at work. It's nothing. It's nothing
So then
at all.
can your husband see these text messages then?
Nice.
Would I show them to him? I mean...
They're nothing, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't really want him reading my text, but...
Why? I could show my husband all my texts with all my male coworkers and have no problem with it.
I'm going to send you a text right now. You can show him.
I can't wait for it.
So, Angie, I think it sounds like you have something to hide. I'm just telling you what I think.
I think it sounds like Greg is sort of overreacting. I think this is really dramatic. Like,
I really want to be on your team,
dramatic.
Angie. I really do, but it just you're hiding this relationship from your husband, and I can't honor that.
And it's probably easy for you to have something light and silly with somebody at work. Doesn't have to deal with all the just kind of stress of marriage and day-to-day stuff.
But what is so stressful? We've been married for a year. Like, this just seems a little bit much.
You know what? It's getting ready at the same time in the morning. It's sharing a car. It's fine. Like, it's easy to have funny text with somebody.
I think it sounds like you guys are disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like, I don't know who's cheating or flirting or what, but it sounds like there's definitely a disconnect. Would you agree?
You know,
Babe, listen. The stress is that serious relationship, lasting relationship take work, and I'm in for that, and I think it's worth it. And it just feels like you're just taking it lightly or something. I love you. I know you love me, but you got to work. You know, it takes work.
Look how stressed out you are over nothing. It's really nothing.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's something because you lied about it. You said it was
guys,
your girlfriend.
I think we've opened up the can. We've done what we can do. You guys should take this to yourselves. But Angie, he doesn't sound like he trusts you. And Greg, it sounds the same. Like, there's not a lot of trust and there's a disconnect. And you've only been married for a year. So those are the facts. Good luck. What would resolve all this is if you just let him read your text messages. But you guys can decide that. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I want to know where everybody is on this one.
Oh,
I think she's stirring the pot.
I think they are flirting.
I think she's stirring the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya?
I don't think she's cheated yet, but I think she's like got it in the works. She has a burner going.
Patty?
I think he's no longer giving her what she expects of this relationship.
So you think she's fine to be doing what she's doing?
I don't think it's fine. I think it's really wrong. But when you get to a point where your significant other is no longer serving your needs, you have to be willing to accept it and not drag this relationship on and let go of it.
I'm not sure what you're saying, but I think I don't agree.
What do you mean you don't agree?
I think I don't agree with what you're saying. I think you're saying it's okay that she's flirting with another guy because he's not delivering.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying he's not.
She's no longer happy because her husband is not making her happy.
So she's allowed
to accept it and let him go.
Okay.
Instead of dragging him on.
I'm going to tell you what I heard. She clearly thinks she has a secret admirer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, for sure she thought someone else was sending those flowers.
For sure.
We are coming off of a Ryan's Roses a few minutes ago. But here's the thing. It's interesting because you guys kind of want to give this woman the benefit of the doubt.
Of course.
Here is the situation. Now, walk yourself through this. Believe it or not, we did get some emails in the last few days that people think that they're being cheated on. I know you're shocked by that. But they really are coming in the new year. So the husband's name is Greg, and he has been noticing something interesting. His wife, when reading text messages, lights up in the face. He's trying to figure out, well, why is she so giddy about these text messages? Mm-hmm. Turns out, to cut to the chase scene, we find out that she's getting these text messages from a male coworker, but she claims nothing is going on. However, she was a little shady about receiving the flowers from an admirer during lunchtime.
She was. When I asked her, oh, are they from your husband, you think? And she's like, yeah, maybe, or something like that.
So if she's receiving texts from a coworker, it's platonic, but she's lighting up like that, is that bad?
If she's keeping this relationship from her husband, that's bad.
Let me grab Sam. Sam, thank you for listening to us. Go ahead. You're on with everybody.
Hey, how you guys doing? Long time listener, just transplant to Missouri from San Diego, LA area for the last 30 years.
Oh, wow, bro. Well, thank you for listening to us there. You've heard Ryan's Roses then before. What do you think?
Okay, so here's my dilemma with this whole thing, Ryan. I've been listening to you guys for years, and I think it's funny how these things develop. I've actually heard the young ladies in your studio talk about how they can tell by the inflection in someone's voice if they're cheating or not. Now, this young lady won't even come fess up to showing the text messages or it's my husband or something. She's being verbally, just more directly showing that something's going on, and still it comes down to, well, he's not meeting her needs. Come on.
Listen, Sam, I'm glad that you're dosing out some truth serum here to Tanya and Sissany this morning.
That was Patty that said that, by the way.
I was trying to cover
That's
Patty.
Wrong on so many levels. On so many levels, that's wrong. They've only been married a year, so how could it come down to not satisfying someone's needs? Last time I checked, a marriage is work on both parts.
Look, I think, Sam, here's the thing. If she's unwilling to show the text messages to her husband,
it is.
We have smoke.
Yeah.
Like, we have smoke. There is a problem.
Ryan, that's not smoke. That's fire. Okay? There is supposed to be just upfront openness on all ends. So why can't I see something that's platonic from a coworker that you're hesitant about showing me? That tells me that it's not platonic. And to me, why are you being flirtatious at only a year into the relationship? You guys should be like madly in love with each other.
We're looking at some potential doom. Well, Sam, here's what I appreciate. You've taken the drama to Missouri with you. You brought it out there with you. We appreciate you having us on. What are you doing out there as a transplant?
Well, I just retired from the Marine Corps at Camp Pendleton in Miramar after 30 years, so I came back home.
Well, you're a good man, and we appreciate what you have done for all those years for us, brother.
Yeah, thank you. We got 18 inches of snow within the last 2 days, so it's been kind of culture shock.
I've seen on the news so many places around the country hit by big snow. Well, hang in there, Sam.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Ryan's Roses. This is abnormal. This is an unconventional call. We're going to do something, and we have we ever called? I can't. I'm racking my brain thinking back over the years. Have we ever? We must have had to have called a wife at some point.
We must have at some point, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But we're going to today, and this is because we were talking about the fact that we don't ever do that, and we got a handful of emails from guys who actually want us to call their possibly cheating wives. So here's the scenario. Ryan and Ellen, I was working for over a year. So when I got offered a job here in Los Angeles, I decided to take it. I haven't seen my wife in weeks. She stayed in Chicago, and I miss her, but I want to know if she's cheating because she doesn't want to visit me anymore. She has only been to LA twice since I've been here. I'm not able to take any days off because this job is only for 5 months. I was able to convince my supervisor to give me a few days off so I can see my wife, but she wasn't excited to see me. She did not care.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
So is that all real, or is he just insecure about the separation? What's happening?
I don't know.
Nathan is on with us now. Nathan?
Hello?
Hi, Nathan. Thanks for sending us this story. So you really feel that she's changed, your wife has changed, that the geography, the separation has caused a real shift in her behavior?
Absolutely. I mean, it seems like she's kind of more distant, and she's not really, I don't know, not very responsive. You know, we kind of have like a very close relationship. We're married, you know?
Was she trying to stop you from taking the job here?
No, she wasn't against it when I was still in Chicago. I mean, I was out of work for a while, about a year, and you know, it was kind of like an exciting boost for us. You know, it was going to help us out a lot.
Is she the kind that would cheat on you? I mean, do you think she has it in her to cheat?
I really don't know. I feel like she's just acted completely different since I've been gone, and I think she could possibly, yeah.
How long have you been married?
Oh, we've been married for about a year. It was about a year before.
Doesn't add up that you don't want to come visit in
When
LA.
you're dating, when you're...
Right? Doesn't add up to us.
No, not at all. So you've only been really together for 2 years.
That's correct. Sorry.
All right. This is Nathan, who has written to us and asked us to call his wife. Nathan has moved here. He took a job. His wife is in Chicago. He's here. She's acting differently. She doesn't really want to see him. She's not coming to visit. There's a red flag here. There's a red flag there. There's a red flag everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to do it differently. Patty is not here. Patty is actually in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with this?
I'm totally fine.
Yeah, you're not jealous of Tanya?
I'm not. No.
You don't feel like she's taking your spotlight?
I don't feel that. No.
We don't want to throw off the scent, so to speak.
Yeah.
Patty flags would be thrown.
Yeah. So Tanya is going to do this. Have you done this before?
I filled in for her once.
How'd it go?
I don't know. I get nervous.
You get nervous?
I get nervous. It's just...
All right.
just putting her microphone
You've seen us every day for the last 6 years. How could you be
No, I'm
nervous?
not nervous in front of you guys, but I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't.
Well, I'm a little offended you're not nervous in front of us then. I'd rather you be a little nervous in front of us. So we're gonna offer a couples massage. All right?
Got it.
And then we want to find out who she wants to put on the certificate.
Patty prep me.
Well, let's make it like super romantic, like by a fireplace or by candlelight. And you get a bucket of champagne,
Add the champagne. So Nathan, I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your wife's name is on Kiss FM.
Yeah, Ryan. You have my permission to call my wife
On Kiss FM.
on Kiss FM.
Okay. Whew. So Patty is not here. Tanya is, and we're going to find it. We're going to offer her a couples massage. And you're going to hear all this, but stay quiet. We want to hear what she says, how she accepts the invitation, and then who she wants to put on the certificate, okay? If it's you or someone else.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Yolanda there?
This is Yolanda.
Hi, Yolanda. My name is Tanya, and I'm offering a free couple spa treatment from Windy City Spa. Your name was entered online, and you were selected at random.
Wait, why I get a free treatment?
Yes, it's a free couple spa treatment from Windy City Spa.
Oh. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so I have your name, and I just need the name of the person that you'll be sharing the treatment with.
Can you put it down for Michael?
Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get his last name too?
Sure.
Yolanda.
Yeah?
It's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen Kay.
Hi, Yolanda.
Your voice is being broadcast in Los Angeles on KISS, and we have your husband Nathan on the phone. And Nathan has asked us to call you to find out why you've changed your behavior since he's moved out, and clearly there's another man.
Michael.
So
who's Michael?
Who is Michael?
What? Nathan. Are you serious? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, who is he? You didn't answer the question.
Michael's a friend of mine.
In front of yours that you go to couples massages with?
Well, yeah. I mean, why not? He's here. You're in Los Angeles. I'm not going to
Why not take a girlfriend? I mean, just because it's a couples massage, you can take a friend.
Doesn't have to be a guy.
Like, I've been hanging out. Michael's just been a really good friend to me lately, and I wanted to do something nice for him.
Do you have a romantic relationship with Michael, Yolanda?
No.
But, okay.
Is Michael straight?
She didn't even hesitate to say his name.
No, she didn't.
Nathan has a point. If you're just joining us, picture this map. Yolanda is in Chicago where they used to live. Nathan is in L.A. Nathan moved for work. And Yolanda, he says you don't really want to come and visit him anymore. Why not? Is it because of Michael?
No, it's not because of Michael. It's because I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do.
Well, you have
I've
a
been out to
marriage
LA
and a
like twice
husband.
already.
But you guys should be trying to see each other in different places. It doesn't add up.
I've been out there twice. I've been to LA. I don't really love LA. I'm sorry.
But I tried to take a few days off to come visit you in Chicago, and you knew I was only there for a few days, and you really didn't even.
Nathan, come on. I was so busy that weekend. You gave me no heads up, and I had so much to do, and I had to work. I picked up somebody's shift, and I'm sorry. I didn't have a lot of time, but that's.
You just put Michael's name on a couple's massage certificate.
Right,
I got
so
a
why
real
are we even
problem with
talking
that if
about
I'm
this?
married to you. You put another guy's name on a couple's massage certificate. Yolanda, don't you
Just
see?
because it's a couple's massage, it doesn't mean we're a couple. It's just a friend I wanted to do something nice for because he's always there for me, and I thought it would be a nice thing to
Well,
do.
my hand is on my hip. I don't buy it.
There for you in what way? Why? Why are you confiding in a guy and making friends with a guy when you probably have plenty of girlfriends who live there?
I have two hands on my
Because
hips.
he's here, and it shouldn't matter if he's a guy or a girl.
It does.
Makes
But I
sense.
mean,
It's a thing.
I feel like I make time to talk to you, and we still could communicate, even though we're not, right in front of each other.
And here's the thing, it's not even a guy that Nathan knows, Yolanda. It's some guy he doesn't even know. Like if it was a mutual friend or if this guy was not straight.
Yolanda, do you resent that Nathan has moved to Los Angeles? Is that the core issue here?
Yeah, he's always so busy in LA, and I just feel like
it's not anything we couldn't solve.
Yolanda, are you cheating?
tried.
Are you cheating on your husband, Nathan?
no.
Okay, Nathan, do you want to be in this marriage with Yolanda?
Yeah.
Yolanda, do you want to be in this marriage with Nathan? Way too long of a pause. Way too long of a
Yolanda.
pause.
You're basically still a newlywed.
I mean, you guys have been together for 2 years, 1 year married. You should be talking about this, communicating about this.
I totally agree.
So do you want to be married
should
to
be
Nathan?
on the radio?
I
The whole
agree.
world
Yeah,
listening.
Well, I mean, got you talking.
Nathan, I don't want to have this conversation right now.
Do you want the marriage?
Nathan, I think we should just talk later.
I think you're cheating on your husband. That's what I think.
And I think that she's being a real coward about it.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Here we go. If it's public service, if there's an issue in your world, you can't sort it out, come to us and we'll try our best. Time for a public service known as Ryan's Roses. Here we go. No commercial break between. Going nonstop here. Dear Ryan and Sissany, a few weeks ago, my husband's birthday, I saw a DM pop up on his phone from a woman. I asked about her, and he said she's someone he met at work conference. He's been keeping in touch with. She was wishing him a happy birthday. Since then, he's turned off his Instagram notifications, but I know he's gotten more messages from her. At his work holiday party, I talked to a woman he works with that I trust. Okay, let me find out what happened there. It's Anna in Hawaiian Gardens. So Anna, thanks for coming on. We're up to speed here, up to the point where you said you talked to a woman that he works with that you trust. What did you talk to her about?
Well, I had some suspicions and feelings that something wasn't right. And I talked to her just to see, if she knew of anything that she noticed with him, anything unusual, anything that was sent or delivered to someone else maybe.
And then she said, what, you should look into this?
She didn't say too much, but that the fact that she was a little hesitant made me validate my suspicions a little bit.
Okay. It's time to make the call. We're calling Anna's husband in Hawaiian Gardens. DM comes in. She's already suspicious about him cheating. It's from another woman that he works with. Then he turns off his notifications on Instagram. So there is a cover up going on.
Right. Sneaking around.
Well, he decided to change his notifications because something came up that made him uncomfortable and in turn made Anna uncomfortable. So, Anna, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then his name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call.
So Sisney is going to call him and offer him some roses. You got to stay very, very quiet while we get into this. We want to find out who he's thinking about, who he sends him to, what message he puts on the card. All very telling, okay?
Okay.
All right, so stay quiet until we tell him that he is on the air. Good luck.
Hello?
Hi, this is David.
Yes, this is David. Who is this?
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm calling from Beautiful Blooms. We're actually a new flower shop here in Hawaiian Gardens. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, but what's this all about?
So this week we actually have a promotion for local residents to send free roses to anybody that they like. Since we're new to the area, we're just trying to promote our business. So they're absolutely free. I don't need any cash or credit card info from you. It's just a dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. I just need the name of the person that you'd want to send them to.
Wow, really? So this is absolutely free? I don't need to give a credit card or anything like that?
Nothing, no credit card, anything. We just hope that if you like our flowers, you refer us to friends and family, or you come back as an actual customer later on.
Oh, I get it. Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Well, do you guys send to LA County? I mean, what's your delivery area?
Yeah, we do have some sister flower shops that are connected to us that I could call and we could reach out to them to get them to you. Would that work?
Great. That works great then. Okay.
Okay.
So what do I need to do?
So just give me the name of the person that you'd want to send the roses to.
Okay. I want to send them to Jessica.
Jessica. Okay. And would this be a romantic card? Because we have some cards that have like hearts on them and stuff like that.
Could I just put a message on there?
Yeah.
Okay, could you write soon enough?
Soon enough.
David.
Yes. Who is this?
Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. My name is Ryan. I have your wife, Anna, on the phone.
What?
David,
What's going on?
just hold on for a second. That is exactly what we're going to ask you. So you've just sent roses to Jessica saying soon enough. You're married to Anna. You want to explain to Anna what's going on with you and Jessica?
Why am I on the radio? What the hell is going on, Anna?
We'll tell you soon enough, but why are you sending red roses to Jessica with a card that says soon enough?
Jessica's somebody I work with. It's a friend.
But what's soon
that lives
enough? All right,
somewhere else in
what's
another
happening soon enough, David?
Mm-hmm.
I met her at a conference in my job. It takes me to these different places, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing her again in another conference. What's the big deal?
But why did you send roses to her? That seems like the big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'm just keeping up with colleagues and whatnot.
It sounds like a pretty flirty message. That's very flirty to say soon enough.
Well, no, it's not to say soon enough. I didn't say anything like I love you or I wish you were with me. I just said soon enough.
Well, David,
meaning we'll see each other soon enough.
David, hold your breath for a sec. Anna, how do you feel about this?
Honestly, I'm a little shocked, but I'm not surprised. And what the heck does soon enough mean, David?
It's not. I'm not cheating. I can't believe you. First off, on the radio, I'm not cheating on you. Okay, I haven't done anything with that woman. She lives in another city. I haven't touched her, kissed her, anything.
You're very heated about this. You're very heated about this, which to me makes me think you're guilty.
But you're sending flowers to another woman. I'm overreacting.
Yeah, it's not what you think. You're making it seem a lot more, sleazy than it is. It's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Nothing's happened, but things between us has not been going great lately.
Well, even more to the point.
Well,
thank you for making the point. David.
We could deal with this later.
David, I'm going to just say two things and let you guys sort this out. Number one, you sent roses to a woman that's not your wife with a card that's very conspicuous. And number two, You're very defensive. And
Wouldn't you be defensive if someone called you on the radio, tricked you with this whole thing about roses? Wouldn't you be?
I'm thinking that through. I don't listen to another show, so I would know it was us. But that's not the point. David, your intensity, it says to some that it's guilt that's driving that ferocious intensity in your defense. So I'm going to let you guys go. Anna, that's about all we can do for you. We'll let you take it from there, and I hope you get to the truth and find peace, okay? Good luck. Good luck.
Whew.
Whew, what?
Your wife should be top of mind. If you send roses to somebody else, especially in a different city where we had to go through this loophole of like trying to, it's like he's cheating. The DM.
What's soon enough? Like soon enough what? That's
Soon enough, they're
cryptically
going to
flirtatious.
get back to hooking up.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's cryptically flirtatious.
Absolutely.
So we as a show believe that David is up to something behind his wife's back.
Yeah.
You think he's cheating, sis? Tanya, you have a view?
Yeah, it's a no for me.
It's a no.
Yeah.
So what does she do? I guess the thing that we really never talk about enough is what does she do? So either he's cheating or he's not cheating, but it doesn't matter. He's focused on this other woman.
Right.
So what does she do? Does she bail?
Yes.
Or do you give someone a second chance? Because life is about forgiveness too.
Well, it sounds like he's already out on this relationship. He brought it. Well, we haven't been doing great either. So it's always like he's mentally
Well, that was
checked
almost
out.
his excuse. Well, we're not doing great anyway, so why can't I focus on somebody else?
It's like, what? So you have to repair that before you even repair all the line.
I guess the question is, at what point do you say, oh, the signs indicate this isn't for me? Or I should take a step back and realize that people make mistakes?
Look, people make mistakes and she can forgive him and be at peace with that. But I really don't think cheaters change their wings.
I would say I'm too weak to probably give them a second chance. I'm not strong enough to do that.
Yeah. You'd always have that resentment.
I'm wearing an XS t-shirt right now. That's how
Cute.
weak I feel. From theory.
Doesn't even make sense.
You don't
Yeah,
want
I'm wearing
any
a small t-shirt. Like I don't feel strong right now. Do you?
You want to be a medium?
Oh my God.
I mean, the day will come.
Did you just say, do I want to be a medium? Yeah, I do. All right, it is time for Ryan's Roses. As a public service, if something's going down in your relationship and you are concerned, you can send us an email and we'll see if you want to go on the air to try and find out more. All right, let's get to Ryan's Roses. This is from Mike in Chino Hills. He says, Dear Ryan and Sissany, you got to really listen in on this. My wife spent last weekend with her girlfriends. When she came home, I grabbed her clothes out of her suitcase. I threw them in the rest of our laundry.
Cute.
Mike, thanks for coming on with us. I appreciate it. What did you find in your wife's laundry after the girls' trip?
Well, you know, I took out the clothes, put them in the laundry, and when I was folding it, there was this oversized T-shirt in there, which is not my T-shirt, and this doesn't belong to anybody in our house. And I'm going, well, what the hell is this, right? And I thought, well, she was away for a weekend with the girlfriends, and it's like nobody of her friends would wear a shirt that size.
It was a dude shirt?
Definitely was a dude shirt. Yeah.
But how do you know she didn't purchase it that weekend? I mean, like the oversized shirt look is really in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure it is. But this was an older shirt. You know,
Oh, it was like worn?
Exactly.
That's also
right. Yeah, but I don't know. It had a band on it that she doesn't even listen to. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't.
Oh, it's a band shirt?
That's kind of the style right now. I wouldn't be surprised if she bought this at a department store. I've seen these like vintage
I've seen
looking.
Def Leppard. I made a purchase of a Def Leppard
Yeah,
shirt.
you did. I actually remember you wearing that.
Yeah. You know, but it's like
I realized it was a woman's.
So I just kind of like thought, okay,
About a
something
blue
is going
planet,
on here.
Planet Blue or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, hold on one sec. Oh, we're going to make the call next. I didn't realize that Planet Blue was sold only women's T-shirts because they were very cool. Did you know that?
Is that the one you wore to the Christmas party?
All right, Mike is on the line. So Mike found a men's T-shirt in his wife's luggage after a girls' weekend. That's what we know. He thinks that she is cheating on him. And so, Mike, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then her name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Mike, did you take matters into your own hands a little bit and try and find out who this guy might have been?
Exactly, yeah. And, like, I went on her Facebook and Instagram, and I noticed that none of her friends who she was traveling with had posted anything from this weekend.
Okay.
Right? So what's going on there, right? And so it's like, then I started, like, thinking, you know, she's been hanging around with this guy Jeff at work a lot, right? And it's like, oh, okay, you know, maybe they're doing projects together. I don't know, right? And then a few times when I've been there, you know, we meet for lunch or something when I have a day off or whatever, and this guy Jeff is there, and he's just like a, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I just kept thinking, there's something fishy going on here. There's a reason why he doesn't like me.
Okay. Mike, be very quiet. What are we going to do, Sissany?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically confront her about having a delivery from Jeff and see how she reacts.
Okay.
Good.
So, Mike, be very quiet until we tell her she's on the air. Here we go. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Stella?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Stella. My name is Courtney. I'm calling from CC's Flowers. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So I've got some good news. We actually have a delivery scheduled for you today to arrive this afternoon from Jeff. And I just wanted to confirm the address as to where you wanted this delivered. If you want, that was the only thing that we didn't have on file for whatever reason.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you're sending me flowers.
It's a good thing then, I'm assuming. Okay.
No, yeah, I'm not sure where to send them. A little tricky. Let me think. And I can give you my work address.
Are you sure you want them at work? It's a really big arrangement. You might want them just at home at this point, because to transport them in the car from your work to the house.
I don't know. Flowers. Okay. I don't know if I should get them into my house. My work would probably be better. I'll just keep them there.
Stella?
Yeah?
I need you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Who is Jeff?
What's going on?
It's exactly the right question. Who is Jeff? And why are you so excited? Why are you so giddy that Jeff is sending you flowers?
Who is this?
My name is Ryan. Who is this? Who is this? Is this Mike's wife, Stella?
Yes, Stella.
That's Mike.
Yeah, I knew something was going on here. Jeff?
Do you want to explain, Stella, why you were so excited? And also, Stella, was Jeff's T-shirt in your suitcase?
She's gone.
She hung up?
She hung up.
Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
She hung up.
Yeah,
on us.
I knew.
All right, look.
I figured she would.
Your hunch is correct. It sounds like that probably was his T-shirt. If it wasn't, she's got something going with Jeff.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I knew it.
Can I ask you a question? Are you going to address Jeff?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to let him know that he crossed the line.
All right. Well, good luck, Mike. I'm sorry about that.
Good luck.
Yeah, but thank you guys for helping me get to the bottom of this.
Well, good luck, Mike. Take care. So that was obvious. So was it a mistake that the T-shirt was in the luggage? Just overlooking that?
It's almost like she wanted to get caught.
Or was she's been hanging out with this guy at work, then the T-shirt's in the luggage? Was she leaving breadcrumbs?
Yeah, I think she wanted to get caught. She wanted a way out.
All right, so we think she's guilty.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.